In this lesson, we will look at the general overview of the writing task 1. So we're going to cover two important points. First of all, we will look at the general information about the writing task 1, and then secondly, we will look at the questions you are supposed to expect. I'm going to also show you some of the questions in pictures. So let's go through it. The writing task 1 essay is basically report writing. You have to write a report about a given graph and then you present it to the people who are going to grade you. I mean the examiners. The most important thing that you should note is that you have to explain the graph in a way that is easy to understand. For you to have a good grade in the test, your essay should be very simple and very easy to understand. The reader should be able to picture the graph from what you have written. To do this, you should write it in a very clear, short sentences that is very easy for everyone to know what you are talking about. Now, let's look at some of the key information about the writing task 1. In the writing task 1, you are asked to report on a graph not less than 150 words long. You are supposed to write both the writing task 1 and task 2 in 1 hour. So spend only 20 minutes on the task 1. The writing task 1 takes about 33.3% of the total marks in the writing text. The writing task 1 takes half of the marks of the writing task 2. So when you compare the writing task 2, the marks given is double that of the writing task 1. Keep in mind that the writing task 1 is a formal writing, so do away with slangs and abbreviations like NB, ETC, IE, those kind of shorthands. Do away with them. They are not needed in the writing task 1 essay. Now let's go on to the ties of the writing task 1 question, and here I'm going to also show you with pictures some of these question types. Before I talk about the question types, you should know that you will be given only one of these question types on your test day. You might be tested on any of them. There are 7 types of these questions. 1, we have a table. 2, a bar graph. 3, line graph. 4, pie chart. 5, process diagram. 6, maps. 7, multiple graphs. You should expect one of these question types on your test day. Take note of that. Now let's look at them with pictures. Table is not quite common, but you should still expect them in your test. So you'll be given rows and columns of numbers and words that matches an information given on them. The second one is the bar graph. So when you talk about a bar chart, you'll be shown a graph with a set of horizontal or vertical bars, and it has both X and Y axis. Okay, both X and Y axis, and there are numbers or sometimes words on them, and they show the data and how it corresponds to the information that is given. The next type of the graph is the line graph. The line graph is also like the bar chart, but the difference is that this time it is not bars that are used but lines, as is shown in this picture. You also have the horizontal and vertical axis, and also words or numbers corresponding to the information given to you. So this is also a type of graph that you should be expecting. Very common. The next type of graph that you should also expect is the pie chart. Pie chart, as you can see here, is a circle which has been divided into several sections. It has color codes and other codes corresponding to them. Another type of graph that you should be expecting is the process diagram. When you talk about the process diagram, this is how it looks like. The process diagram is different from the first 4 that we have been talking about. The examiner will ask you to describe maybe a natural or a man-made process, and your job is to talk about the graph and their steps. So as you can see here, there are arrows which connects these processes, and yours is to talk about these steps and stages in the graph. The next type of graph that you should expect is the map. is the map of a place, sometimes two places or a particular place in two different periods. Okay, so for instance, you have this one. You have a place called Denham in two different times, 1986 and 2016. And yours is to sort out the differences between these two maps. The next type of diagram is the multiple chart, as you can see from this one. You have two different types of the diagram. You have a pie chart here and also a bar chart here. It has been combined for you to solve them. You might have the information on them corresponding, they link. Sometimes they do not link at all. So yours is to know that this type of graph is a multiple graph. That's two different charts that have been combined as one. Alright, so this is all that you should know about the overview of the writing task 1. And in our next lesson, we'll talk about the writing task 1 and how it is called. That will be all for today. Thank you.